G'day, Steel Nation. How you going? It's Mark here, Mark Davidson from Steel Nation Australia.
What's going on, West Country? What's that? Let's go, baby! Yes, yes! Let's go!
What's the deal with the schedule?
So I think the stereotype that we drink Fosters, and the first Foster I saw was in Pittsburgh. It's a true story.
Yeah,
The
I've
first
only
ever
seen-
Foster I saw was in America. I've never
Well, I
seen one
thought that
here.
was like Australia for beers.
For what?
Alrighty, g'day Steel Nation. Welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Hopefully my microphone is okay, but I did the video today on G'day Steelers Nation, and I definitely heard it go up and down. So I don't know. Let me try and hear something. Hang on. Anyways, I've bought a new microphone coming to Australia. So sounds good so far. Yeah, I think in the other video I was doing, the G'day Steelers Nation one, I don't know, is this playing up, but I've had this microphone, like it's like been part of the office now for a long time. Like 4 years since I've been doing podcasting. So I've got a new one coming and it's meant to be really good. It by something called Steel Series. So I was like, it's good. But the video today that I did for Steel Curtain Network kept going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. So I was like, all right, time to get a new microphone anyway. Oh man. And also I've been doing a lot of podcast watching today too. I saw a few of you guys in Steelers Almighty, and then I saw a few of you guys in Steel Curtain Network with Dan and Shannon too. So I think everyone now, and including yesterday was a really fun stream too. I think everyone now starting to get into that Steelers spirit of like, let's fucking go. You know what I'm saying? I think we're starting to get that way. I'm wearing the jersey. Like, I think we're starting to feel like football's coming back. And then tomorrow's show too with Bubba and Shane will be a fun one as well. Getting in the spirit of our Steelers, where it's going from your summer into autumn, then winter, then it's going to be like Steelers football. So it's excellent. Yeah, it's going to be fun. Alrighty. So who's in the house? G'day, Jeddah. What's going on? G'day, Garth. G'day. And welcome to everyone. If you are a member, because big thanks to Yuli yesterday. Yuli was crazy. Did some big things for the channel as he always does. And he gifted memberships of like 50 people or something, or maybe 70 people. And the biggest thing is, if I'm not making members videos or member streams, try and join the Discord. So I put the Discord into the community post. I think yesterday I did it, and I think I did it. Yeah, yesterday was a community post, members one. So try and join the Discord, because that's an advantage by being a member of HDU. So yeah, Yuli went friggin' nuts, dude. He went insane. Alrighty, g'day Kevin, what's going on? G'day George T. G'day Darkstorm. G'day and Karth. So we'll see who else comes in today's chat. I do want to talk about a few things and more, just covering what I talked about in the G'day Steelers Nation in terms of Steelers' chances for the Super Bowl. But we are getting very close. But the first thing I want to cover is the uniforms. And I know everybody else has done it, and it's a late night Steelers talk, but I do want to cover this. If you haven't seen this, I think you've been living under a rock. But these are the uniforms that are happening with our team. So there's Paddy Frymouth. It's got the gold, or gold yellow jersey It's a throwback to 1933. The white, you know what I find really interesting though? It's the white lettering on the front, and I believe it's black lettering on the back. I don't know if any team's ever done that, where it's black numbers on the back and white numbers on the front, because it needs to stand out. So that might be the first team in NFL history to ever do that. And then it's got like the gold or yellow helmet. I'm okay with this. Like, I know there's a big difference of opinion for any fan of like, this sucks, that sucks, or this is great, or whatever. It's one game. It's legit one game. They're playing in these uniforms versus the Green Bay Packers once, one game. And you know what? I might think about, I was thinking about if I were to buy a jersey, which one would I get? And I kept thinking Jalen Warren, number 30 with this uniform could be an idea to get. So, or, you know, maybe it's one of those ones when the players play the game, and once we see DK Metcalf get 2 TDs, or once you see, you know, TJ Watt get 3 or 4 sacks, then you're going to get the uniform, if that makes any sense. Sometimes I just a bit you attach a uniform to a certain game. You could go back and get a Heath Miller Bumblebee jersey one because he played fantastic. Get a Big Ben Bumblebee jersey one. But, you know, we might have to wait and see to see who wins the game. Is it a winning game? Is it a TJ game? Is this a middle linebacker Patrick Queen game? And then do you get the jersey after that? So I'm okay with it. I think it's all right. He was Highsmith as well. So Highsmith, and sorry if my internet might be going buggy. It's telling me right now my connection is unstable. My internet just seems to go off and on. I got to sort that out before streaming. But this was one of the Steelers. I don't think it looks too bad, to be honest, with Highsmith and the helmet. Like, I know people are saying the pants aren't the greatest. But once they turn up in it, and I saw the video from Highsmith, look kind of cool. Once they turn up and they're all wearing this, and we're winning 7-0, or we're beating the Packers, or it's a tight game, or Rodgers is throwing TDs, and, you know, the game is going in a favor, no one's going to fucking care. No one's going to care. Like, people didn't like the Bumblebee jerseys, but no one's going to care. I think look pretty cool. Someone else guessed this too. I saw on the Twitterverse that someone guessed it might be the 1933 jersey. And I know they wore these back in the 90s or something like that. So it's another throwback, but it's just dead set going to be it's going to be one game, so it doesn't matter too much. But Alex Highsmith wearing this jersey, maybe they get pumped up, you know. I think he was pretty keen. I went to, oh, hang on, there you go. They're showing the Steelers' old helmets. But yeah, they're pretty keen to ignite that legacy again. The 1933 throwback uniform. It's all over their shop. It's all over their media. Yeah, Highsmith and Muth were talking about it. And yeah, Highsmith says he was excited to play in throwback uniforms to pay tribute to the Steelers franchise and deep connection to our hometown, the Steelers. Sorry, that was President Rooney, not Highsmith. But there's a few comments like that. But in reality, if you like it, great. If you don't. And it's only one game, right? But that was the big tease. That was a huge tease as well. Early. Yeah, one game, exactly right. One game. True. They need, yeah, and they're going to sell some too. Like, I think people. The hard part for me is when I've already got 7 jerseys now. I think I've got 6 or 7 jerseys, including, you know, Debo Harrison, 46, Antonio Brown, my own one. The hard part for me is when I buy a jersey, it's like $75 and $90 shipping, and I've got to buy a big order. Yeah, week 8 for sure. Yeah, I know too. That's exactly right. The Bumblebee jerseys were best too. When they had the Bumblebee jerseys, and it was William Gay, and I remember Vince Williams, whatever heck of a player he was. Like, they were wearing the pink socks. They get the sack, make a big move, and then everyone kind of forgets about it, and you're like, it doesn't matter, you know. G'day, Joe. What's going on? Pretty good. You just got in. I think they're okay. Oh yeah, there you go. Minka $25. Yeah, I just got to explain to the guys there and girls in the chat too that I think once they wear them, I'm not even against it. I don't have any bad words to really say about it. Like the gold helmet, gold jersey. It's a throwback to 1933 when they first started. And you know what they could do, to be honest, because we're coming up in 7 years' time. In 2033, will be 100 years of Pittsburgh Steelers football. I might have to go over to Pittsburgh then too, right? They could probably do them again, but maybe it's a trial. They'll wear these again because it's going to be a 1 game test, and they'll wear it next year, or they'll wear it in 2033 for the 100-year anniversary. But the way they wear them, I'm good, man. It's still black and gold. They got the city crest there too, which is like paying homage to the flag, and it all goes back to the city and when it started, right? And look, none of us were around. Well, I don't think any of us were around for 1933, right? Back in the day, like no, 1933 was a long time ago. It's a very long time ago, and we're now in what 2025, 97 years ago. So I'm all for it, man. Yeah, Darkstorm's right. Not a fan of it. Look, but it's not a big deal. No. Once they start winning in them, if they win that game versus the Packers, and we're going to define it what the Packers play in, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Yeah. Not about the Brown Panther. Yeah, but that's just going back to what they wore in 1933. G'day, TD. What's going on? And Jedova says Big Ben had 6 TDs against the Colts, and yeah, that might be the same year that Big Ben threw the 6 TDs versus the Colts, and the next game they threw 6 TDs versus the Ravens. Was it the double up? Because I've got that photo. I think I have that photo somewhere in my. Let me find that photo. When I went to Heinz History Center Museum for the first time, they had on display. I think I used to have it for my Yeah, on display they had Big Ben's. I'll be able to find it. Big Ben's jersey, the double up when he had 12 TDs in a row. Surely I can find it quickly. I should have this stuff ready, but I don't. So I was there when I first went there. When I first went to Pittsburgh in 2015, or it was like near around. If I can't find it quickly, I'll change. No, maybe I can't. Or was it here? Maybe it's here. No, that's video. I used to have a photo of it for sure. Oh, here, got it. I got it. Yeah. Here it is. So this is Big Ben's one that Jada was talking about. It's not that bad. Once the team does things, Big Ben had 6 TDs for the Colts, and I think the next day was the Ravens. I think the other jersey was the Ravens. Two game worn jerseys. That was in Heinz History Museum. So that was pretty cool too. Pretty cool. Thank you, Darkstorm. I'll see you later, mate. And where am I? Where's my thing? Do you know what game? Yeah, they're gonna wear it for Packers. It's gonna be the Packers for sure. But like I do want to expand more on this stuff coming to training camp too, because I am starting to get excited about it. I'm starting to feel like I know people still want the receiver number 2. I understand that, and the safety and kind of stuff too. But the reason why I did my podcast yesterday and I recorded after the live, I was like, do the Pittsburgh Steelers actually have a chance to win a Super Bowl? And I started thinking, yes, I think they do. I don't know what you guys think, but I think they do have a chance. I think this team is getting better at the O-line position, and they're getting better in playmakers like Warren, like Johnson, like Jonas Smith, and they have Rodgers as quarterback, and DK Metcalf was a huge trade. Like, they're not just doing this to go 5-12. They're doing this to win this division. That's what they're doing. Like, in the hardest teams in the division will be Steelers and Ravens. Again, I think the Browns this year, they will go 4-13 or 5-12. I think they're going to fuck everything up and they're going to play really bad at football, even because they've got their superstar guy, Myles Garrett. Now, I think the Bengals, I want them to be worse than the Browns. But if they start fresh, they can get like 10 wins. Our Steelers just need to play football like last year and get better. And don't near the end of it, we're 8-3. Well, we're 10-3. At one stage, we're 10-3. And we were thinking about that Mike Tomlin could have been coach of the year. And it's like, well, they're not the Carolina Panthers. They're not the Tennessee Titans, who apparently just lost Will Levis. They're close to a Super Bowl. So they should be in contention, or at least a wild card thought, or around the idea of getting this team that all the moves they made, they're not just here with us. We have a fucking in Australia, we have a slang called "I'm not here to fuck spiders," right? The Steelers aren't here to fuck spiders. Like they're here to go for I think a win this year and to sail off into the sunset, right? With Rodgers. Because you keep thinking about it, they weren't going to trade TJ. They traded Minka, got back Jalen Ramsey. In that point, it feels like they're getting better on the secondary. You know, Joey Porter into his year 3 with guys around him like Darius Slay, who's won it. Juan Thornhill, he won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs, right? There were reports out that he didn't play the best with the Browns, but he's still a good enough free safety to play that position. And I think with the pressure they get with Highsmith and TJ and the rotation with the big fellas up front, this team can put a lot of pressure on the quarterback. And it's hopefully gives enough time for the secondary to lock them down. And we have a team that can win games. And I think we can do it. So you have uh my second favorite team. You'll have people out there, I think, at this time with the media and the camps coming up, I think training camp, and we're all getting ready for it. And you'll see Rodgers throw a dud ball. You'll see someone do something silly or not run the right route, and they go, "Oh my goodness, panic zone," this kind of stuff. But if you think about it, like logically, what Omar Khan has been doing and building with the franchise, and now getting the OC into his second year, it didn't work out as a head coach, I think, with the Falcons, but he's got a lot of his players coming back, and I think some other players will be dropped, like Cordell Patterson, and maybe Connor Hayward. But this team's going to be, I think, a team that can compete, and maybe they're better than last year. No, I didn't see that. Did you see Aaron throw? It doesn't look like he's even trying, and it's really fast and accurate. No. And like I said, I've been against him for a long time, but now that he's a Pittsburgh Steeler, I will definitely be rooting for him to win. Dre says here, I watched my first ever Steelers game back in 1975. The team wore classic black and gold with great face masks and block numbers. Yeah, the history is so long with this team. That's why it's so much fun, right? And that's why I've been doing podcasting now for almost 4. This will be our 5th season. This will be our 5th season doing podcasting. And a lot of you guys have been around here for 5 years and cheering the team on. So that's also exciting. And I can just go live at 12 p.m. and 16 people come in and say hello. We just want our team to win and do good things. And I think they can do that. And the reason I was getting so pissed off and frustrated about the TJ Watt situation, they weren't going to trade TJ Watt because he's your best player on the team. And now the deal is done, they can figure out some other things too. I've been listening to podcasts all morning, and a lot of stuff's in my head right now. I hear people talking about Chris Boswell could be getting an extension this year or next year. Sign the fucker up. Sign Chris Boswell up. He is maybe the best kicker for the Steelers. I know there's Gary Anderson, but he's going to take down his points in 2 or 3 years. Chris Boswell is the guy. We are just I think so close to getting back to that playoff football again. And that playoff football is fun. When I was living in Canada, and it was 2016, and we had the last playoff run where we went and smashed the Dolphins. Antonio Brown carved them up. You had the other guy, was it Matt Moore, get knocked out by Bud Dupree, crunched him. Playoff football is fun. Going to the next game with the Chiefs. Chris Boswell won that game, right? Or was there a Bengals game in there somewhere too? I don't know. We just playoff football is fun. I think that was a 2016 run with the Steelers. Probably our last maybe good shot at it. And that was when I was almost so close to going. Was it 2017 or 2016 season? And 2017 Steelers playoff run. Yeah. We beat the Dolphins 30-12, beat the Chiefs 18-16 against Alex Highsmith, and the Patriots beat us 36-17. So if we can get a feeling like that again, that'd be awesome. 46 and Ball should retire together, extend them both. I agree. Andre says, I could really see Chris Boswell winning the Steelers Super Bowl, one of his famous kicks. I was thinking that. I was actually listening to, I was listening to the show of Steel Curtain Network just then, with Dan from Stay the Steelers and also Shannon. They were talking about Chris Boswell, and it's in my mind. And could you imagine like sitting there? Like I always pray for the Wizard. I find my terrible towel and I pray for the Wizard. And could you imagine like if it's like Super Bowl 60 in San Fran, Steelers versus let's say Eagles. I don't know. Steelers versus Eagles, the Battle of Philadelphia. We are losing, let's say 1917 for some fucking reason. 1917, and then we get one drive going down the field. Chris Boswell is 57 yards out in San Fran. And you know that this kick with 1 minute and 4 seconds to go, that it should hopefully win us the game with a good defensive run, right? If you get the kick, it's 2019 and there's 1 minute left, and hopefully, not even that. Let's make it, it's 20, let's make it 21 seconds to go, and it's 57 yards out, and the one kick should take up 4 or 5 seconds. The next minute, it's going to be, if we get the kickoff is going to be 15 seconds. Chris Boswell sitting back there, 57 yards, right? Every single Yinzer around the world is like praying for the Wizard, bro. Can you imagine if that goes through? If Chris Boswell knocks through a 57-yarder to win the game, or to pretty much win the game and send them home, or if the time is expiring, if it's like 0 to 3, if it's like 4 seconds left, 5 seconds left, down by 19-17, Mike Tomlin says, you know what, we are close enough. We're so close right now, being 57 yards out. I trust the Wizard of Oz. Here we go. Thank you, Sean, mate. Welcome to the show. Listening from work. Wouldn't that be crazy? Wouldn't that be insane to see Chris Boswell sit back there, and we know we have the best kicker, and he's like, sales over, time expires, Steelers win, fucking Super Bowl 60, 20-19. I think that'd be fun. That's where I'm at right now. I'm right there. That's where I'm at. I'm getting keen for the season. I'm getting really, really keen. And I know you should try and sometimes temper your expectations. At the same time, it's pretty fucking fun. He has. I think he's gone. I think he will be. I think they'll extend him at some stage. I think Justin Tucker, I think he's gone. I think he's serving. No, is he serving a 10-game suspension or something like that? I can't remember what I think the Ravens cut him. I'm not too sure. Dead set. Alrighty, Steel Nation. Let's do a quick Raygun reset. I can't believe I've got 19 people in here, 20 people in here saying what's up. So Raygun reset. I'll get a bit of water. Here's the other jersey too. You know what? I love AI, man. The AI. I've been doing my thumbnails AI recently. It's so dumb and stupid, but somehow like it just works, right? All I typed in was Steelers kangaroo uniform jersey, drinking a beer, and that came up. Like AI is just very silly. It's crazy. All right, I'll be right back.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? Can you ask me a question? Yes.
All right, and we're back. G'day, Randy. What's going on? He says it's a good time for me, which is 10:30 Eastern Standard Time, USA. Embarrassed and I'm late. Nah, it's all good, man. We're in chill. I was gonna say, because I don't mind doing these podcasts around this time because I think a lot of the all the other podcasts in America, like the Steelers Almighty or the Hangover or those ones like that or different ones, they all go first, right? They all go in the, I try and do them when I can. Like tomorrow we'll do ours like at 8 p.m., right? Try and do them when I can. But there are so many people now on the YouTube lens. Then it's my 12:30, almost 1 p.m. So I'll do this and then have a bit of lunch, and then it's my day off as well. So I got Monday and Tuesday off. So I'm trying to get as much Steeler content as I can. Like back to back, and then tomorrow we have one, and the next minute it's training camp. So yeah, 10:30 is your time, and then like on the West Coast, like 7:30 or something. I think for Daredevil it's like 7:30, right? It's like 7:30. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, welcome in, Randy. We're just talking about the uniforms, talking about our Steelers, and is there a chance? Like the more I think about it, I'm getting excited for the season. I'm really keen for those guys like Troy Faitanu and the offensive line and Zach Frazier to see those guys again. Like that's when the season starts. And when you start seeing, those big blokes up front pushing those, sleds around, and you don't want to see Ross and Wilson doing the sled stuff, but pushing the sleds around and hitting each other and getting back to work, man. So yeah, so it's your 8 p.m. So this is like perfect time. Perfect time for the West Coast. And the East Coast is like, that's my 12. But this is going to be awesome to see. I think everyone coming back from injury. Like I said yesterday, Holcomb, Cameron Johnston in that punting battle. Is something going to happen there, right? A lot of guys who were hurt last year, they get a chance to come back, and also in key spots too, key positions like the receiver, like right tackle. We didn't really see. I think what did Troy Faitanu play 1 or 2 snaps? He played like a series or 2. Then he was injured. I can't remember. Did something happen? Was he injured before camp? I feel like he didn't play any snaps. I feel like was just like on the roster. Then he was off the roster. And he was our first round pick in 2024. So yeah, that's something we just missed. We just did not see, right? Hurley, Durley. We didn't see that happen. And I think that's, for me, is you can't forget about these guys. Even though they were injured, hopefully they can come back to it. They've had a whole year to get health and recovery. And same with Holcomb too, that he was only a short time as well as still, I think 3 or 4 weeks, right? And Roman Wilson too. So these are the blokes I think the Steelers are counting on to have a big jump or upgrade. And maybe it does get us that win, or we don't fall apart. Like this, we fell apart last year. We fell apart at the what's the word? We fell apart at the last 5 games. We got beat by Ravens, Eagles, the Bengals beat us, the Chiefs beat us. Everyone was beating us. G'day Roberto, what's going on? How are you? Yeah, I know, definitely. And that's football, right? Easier said than done, but let's avoid the injury bug. We are, I don't know what SUF means. Set up for success. There we go. In 2025. I think we are. I think the more I look into it, the more I think about it, and I know it's from a Steelers lens and Steelers football mind and a super Steelers fan. But at the same time, you think about some certain moves they've made, and maybe it was better to trade Minka away and get a better secondary and have some average to good play with Thornhill, and Elliott's going to be there. So it's like I'm keen to see it all work together. But yesterday we had a few super chats as well, and people were saying, what was your concern? What were some concerns? And there's obviously concerns at the quarterback position. There's concerns at the receiver and stuff like that. You fell asleep. That's all good. That's all right. It's quite late over there. I think it's like, 10 p.m. It's my 1 p.m. So, yeah, people were asking me yesterday, are there some concerns? And I think there are. But the fun part of the season now is the amp up period to where there's no fucking drama. There's not many clickbait articles talking about we signed this guy, we didn't sign that guy. The team we have now is going to be somewhat look like the 53 into the future, unless there's some guys being cut, or our guys get cut, or we bring someone else in, or maybe Rodgers finds, I don't know if there'll be another trade, but there could be one of Rodgers' mates or someone like that. I don't know. There could be someone who at the receiver position coming in, but most of the guys on the roster are going to find their ways into roles, and they're going to be from 90 to 53. And that's the exciting time. I know Sean Manahan in the chat, he's a big component of talking about, and he wishes they had 4 preseason games. I love preseason football because you can not only watch football, but you see guys play football who don't play that much. That's why the league is interesting with the UFL. But I would be more intrigued if the Steelers and the NFL had like something similar to, I think the basketball has it, or the NHL has it, where they have a lower team under the Steelers. Like imagine if the NFL had 32 teams, and then under that, each team got a junior side that it was full of 5th, 6th, 7th undrafted guys, and they could also be a development league for the NFL. But they use college at that too. I don't know. I'm getting fired up. Yeah, I saw that too. He's not happy. He's not happy. The big question is, what's the next move for Omar Khan from Daredevil? I actually don't know. I think if they were to do something, it's probably going to be at the safety position or the receiver position. But we can't sleep on Calvin Austin. We can't sleep on Roman Wilson, right? And I don't think anyone's giving any love to Robert Woods as well. I think he's just the guy that got signed and he's old vet. So it would be quite awesome to see him surprise us. Robert Woods been playing in the NFL for 11, 12 years and fucking not one podcaster is talking about him at all. Like, it's almost like he doesn't exist. So I'm not saying he's going to be an outstanding receiver, but it would be nice for him to surprise us too, in that sense. Hooey. I bet the short week going into the Ratbird game. Yeah, I haven't seen the schedule for a while. Do we have that? Do we have a short week? Or I brought up this with the teams, right? But is there a short week where is it Bills to Ravens pretty tough. Ravens pretty tough. But I guess no, I think I did the other day. I think I picked like 14 or 13 and 4 or something like that. So it's Cleveland and Cincinnati Thursday. Yeah, we'll beat them both. All right. The Daredevil says, and I know he's joking. He's 110. What am I doing? What's going on here, mate? I know he's joking, but there are some fans out there like this, right? I feel like the season's already over. It's already over. I don't know how people can. I don't know how. Like, to be honest, I don't know how people can sit in that mindset. In sport, life, anything, work. I don't think you can't act like everything's over before it's over. Now, I know he's joking. He's 110% joking. He's joking 110%. However, there are some fans out there like that. They're like, it's already over. What's the point? It's already over. Mike Tomlin can't win the playoffs. TJ can't win a playoff game. And I just think, if you think it's already over, then don't watch. Not saying that Jeddah was obviously joking, but and I can't force people not to watch, but I do find it funny that someone who is so angry at the team, hates the team so much, will force themselves to watch something they hate. If you don't like the team this year, it's like, what's the point in watching? The football is tough. I talk about it all the fucking time. Football is tough. There are 12 teams who have never won. There are 4 teams who have never been. That's insane. We've been there 8 times. The Steelers have been there 8 times out of 60 times. 60 coming up. Super Bowl 60. We have been there 8 times. And some teams have never been, ever. And we think we have it hard, which we don't. We really don't. So, yeah, and Randy is right too. Mm-hmm. He is right. He says, yeah, we have Edge, TJ, Smitty, Herbig, and then Jack Sawyer. What can go wrong with that? That looks awesome. Yeah, Jed was also said he got a team. That'd be great. I know some people do. Yeah, 100% he's been sarcastic. And I love that too. G'day, Rob. What's going on? What's up, Rob? Yeah, I love that every time I get into an argument with someone, it seems to be like, I've been a fan for 55 years and I'm not going to watch something. It's like, okay, no worries, mate. I've been a fan for 23 years and I'm still going to watch. I'm going to watch each and every day because this shit, I enjoy it so much. I enjoy the podcasting. I enjoy the Steelers. I enjoy listening to podcasting. I listened to 3 podcasts a day while I was doing other stuff, right? While I was chilling out. I was even playing a game for a minute. I was playing the hockey game, even though I suck at it. I was playing that in the background. I was listening to Brian B. Almighty. Everyone seems to be very checked in. This is the funnest part of the season. People are getting ready and ramped up for going to Dublin, going to their games. They're getting towels. They're getting jerseys. They're getting the new jerseys. They're getting not the New Jersey Jets or Devils, but they're getting jerseys, right? They're getting pumped up. And I think I looked at the defense and I'm like, maybe this team can be a solid team. That can be a solid defense, right? And maybe Rodgers is the missing key for this year, where Rodgers can turn this team going forward and kick the ball, and they're going to be a run first offense and going to be a play action pass. I'm keen to see the I guess the installment of the tight ends and the 12 personnel, and like, fucking getting the ball to Jonas Smith. There's a lot. There's a lot to it. Now, the bad side would be is they absolutely lay a duck egg versus the Jets. We get all amped up. We're all fired up, right? And they lay an absolute duck egg, and we don't win versus the Jets, and we lose against Seattle, and we go 0-2, right? Randy says last season the Steelers tied the Vikings for the NFL with 30. That's pretty good. Yeah, I think even Dante Jackson are like 4 or 5. Carstens have been a fan since 1933. Fire Tomlin. Oh, that Niners game was terrible. Niners game was terrible. I guess one thing I do like about the NFL, right? The NFL, it's only for a short time. Like, it's from September to February, right? And then when you're diehard fans, like all 20 people in this chat, there's been about 20 or so people at one time. All the diehard fans, I checked in all year. Like, we do not stop researching. We do not stop watching. We do not stop fucking talking about our team. And then other fans come, they come back. Other fans come back around September, around, some of them come back in October. Some come back in February if we're winning. But the diehard fans who are fans for a fucking long time and just that passionate about the team do not stop, right? And that's where we're at now. We're getting. I know. I was like, he's gonna beat him. I was like, Kenny Pickett's gonna beat this Niners team. So, yeah, I'm feeling it, man. I'm definitely feeling it. Aaron Rodgers has 4 MVPs, only behind Peyton Manning with 5. Yeah, it would be crazy if this works out. If like the Steelers made the right move, but getting him for $10 million, and then they paid TJ and they got DK Metcalf. Like, there are some players there. No, okay, I'll ask you guys a question. I know I've been rambling on for a bit, but let's put it back on your guys' shoulders. Who's the one player that is brand new to this year that you are most excited for? That you are like, I can't wait to see that player in the Steelers black and gold uniform. Who's the one player? The one player. And while you guys write your answers, I would give you my answer too, because it's pretty tough. There's a lot of new players. That can include rookies. That can include free agents. It has to be a new player, right? A new player. Calf says YA Black. Keen for him. That guy's like 6 foot something. George says DK. I hear you. I think DK is going to be good too. Like the one, like any player, any brand new player that you think's going to be, that you're excited for. Like some player who's wearing a uniform not from last year, right? For me, last year, it was kind of like Russell. I was like keen on Russell Wilson. I was like trying to figure that out too. Who do you think? All right, so we'll start again. So George says DK. Jedel says DK. How could you not, right? Number 4 used to be 14. The guy's a legend. He chased down that Arizona Cardinal, like just didn't give up, right? Rob Meadows says Ramsey. I like that. Calf. I think he says Rodgers. Anyone else got any ones? Before I tell you mine, because I gotta look again. Because mine might be Metcalf, but I'm not too. Oh, I don't know. Including the rookies. Ooh. You could say Mason Rudolph, but he's already played. I'm just thinking. Yeah, I think DK's up there, to be honest. I think DK might be the guy. I think they're all going to be fantastic, right? But at the same time, I think DK might be up there in terms of if you see Rodgers throw an absolute dart to him or a deep ball, and DK Metcalf, what is he, 6 foot something? 6'3", 4", fucking big unit, 27 years of age, 5-year deal, whatever he's got for him. What have we got for him? A massive deal. Like, we not only have him this year, we have him next year. NFL experience, 7 years. He played with Seattle for a long time, right? If he goes up and gets it, I think that's going to be very exciting. I think that's going to be awesome. Yeah, Derek Harmon too, right? Because what did DK Metcalf? DK Metcalf. So he played with Wilson before, right? What's he got? Because some of these things I feel like I washed over this at the time. We're talking about Rodgers. We talked about Rodgers all the time, right? So he's 27 years of age. Number 4, our number 1 wide receiver, and he's played 97 games, 6,000 something yards, 48 touchdowns. Right? He's played all with Seattle. And last year in 2024, he was 992 yards, 15 yards average, 5 TDs. So if we get production like with DK Metcalf, that he's going to get good production of like 10, 12, 13, 14 TDs, this will be an outstanding season, right? 108 targets and 67 or 66 receptions. 6 years. So we got him at his prime. And maybe this will be a good thing to feed in the rookie quarterback next year. Unless Rodgers sticks around and Rodgers goes, we win with Rodgers, and Rodgers, you know what? I might come back at 42. You know, this is kind of like, this is one of those seasons too, that going back to Jedov's point, I know I'm on a bit of a weird rant, but he said, you know, what's the point of watching and this and this? I guess this is what as an NFL fan too, who would have thunk it that we had DK Metcalf coming in and Aaron Rodgers? Like, that is insane for our Steelers. And like, I think what Omar Khan has been doing that's different to what Kevin Colbert did in his years. He's trying things new and different. He's going for those big play moves and getting Darius Slay or getting Ramsey or, you know, moving things around. And those are going to be very exciting too. Although at the same time, it does feel like, oh, we're just going to go 10-7, 11, this, whatever, and we're going to lose a playoff game. But he's trying different things. And if this works out where our team wins a division and we're unstoppable, and maybe the Ravens and Bengals are starting to shit the bed, Ravens are going to be very tough, though, to be honest. Ravens are going to be very tough, as we know. But if we start seeing good production from Rodgers and linking up and having a good time and the team's gelling together and the offensive line's keeping them up, then DK Metcalf's going to be a superstar. Like, dead set. Hooly dooly. Yeah, 100%. G'day, Michael Dool. What's going on, mate? He says, Harmon, day one, and Will Howard. Yeah, Will Howard could be the future, too. It would be fun. But I feel like that's what we kind of miss sometimes, too. I think during the coverage I was doing on Aaron Rodgers, which I didn't want him to sign, but everything was around the Aaron Rodgers watch. And you kind of forgot all the players who you got to this team, right? How fun's it going to be in training camp in the next few days? We're going to see DK Metcalf. And the best part is, too, the best part for me is getting ready for the interviews and learning more about them, right? Cameron Hayward does a really good job in podcasting, so does Christian 46. But at the same time, you're going to see interviews of players coming off the field, and we're going to learn more about them. And now DK Metcalf is going up against Jalen Ramsey. Like, this stuff is going to be fun. You know, getting sick of looking at bat results. What's that mean? Do you work with bats, Sean? Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, DK commands double and triple teams. Therefore, the run game should be lighter boxes. Definitely. And I think that it's going to be a positive, too, for Warren as well. You know what I'm saying? I think Warren's going to have a big year this year. Oh, I got your alcohol test. Okay. Don't know what a bat result is, though. But, I have no idea what that means. What's it? You have to tell me more. Tell me more. Alrighty, Still Nation. 44 minutes. I can't believe that. I was like, what am I going to come on today and talk about? And then the funny thing is, when you jump on, your mind just wanders of like different possibilities of what to happen. Do you know what I mean? Like, where we are now, we're getting ready for training camp. We're starting to see the players. We're getting interviews. We're listening to podcasts, doing all that stuff. And then your mind just starts to wander. Okay, what happens this? What happens there? What if we see this? Is Rodgers' deal going to work? If it doesn't work, it's only $10 million. If it doesn't work, would Mike Tomlin bench him for Mason Rudolph. That doesn't work. Do we see Will Howard? You know, we want Rodgers to be successful because then we know it's going to be a good year. That we're not losing games, right? They won't bench him unless they really have to. If it's going that shit terrible, that makes sense. But your mind starts to wander and think, okay, here, there, and there. Then on the defensive side, getting better at the D line and Cameron Hayward's last year and TJ Watt signing the deal, it's like getting pretty fun. It's starting to get pretty fun, man. Hooey dooey. Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Randy says playing fantasy football over the years, it appeared more than once Aaron Rodgers discovered a receiver making a star of them. Maybe can discover that rabbit out of the hat. Possibly. I don't see why not. Yeah, I didn't see why not. I didn't see why he can't find someone like that. You know, I think a lot of teams might think we have to run the football all the time, and next minute, if Rodgers has enough time behind pocket, if you have DK Metcalf running down the sideline, if he's clearing up 2 or 3 defenders in zone or pushing them back, the safety's back, Calvin Austin and Roman Wilson can run around there, or a quick pass to Jonas Smith. That's exactly right too. Skylar Thompson, our future star as well. I'm excited to see anyone. I don't care. I put up with Claypool. I had to watch fucking Trubisky play quarterback a couple of years ago. So, and you guys did too, which was a failure. Kenny Pickett might have been a failure. I think at this point, though, I think everyone's kind of on board with the Aaron Rodgers experiment. Yes, some people still aren't. Shout out to Pepper. She may not be on board, but that's okay. And I'm getting on board now. And it's like, it's time to root for the team, man. It's just time to root for the team. G'day, Mike. What's going on? Yeah, Metcalf, Wilson, and Austin are all 4-3 guys. And I think as well, to be honest, I think Calvin Austin will have a big year. He had a big year last year. I think he did really well last year. I like him as our punter. I like him as a receiver. He had some good catches over the middle. He's super quick and fast. Can Rodgers just fucking fling that ball like a Hail Mary, and he runs past all the defenders? I think we're going to be good. I don't think there's that much trouble. There's that much trouble with the receiver 2 position, but yes, you can always upgrade for sure. I think he is. I think he is in the I think he's with the Bills, to be honest. I think he's with the Bills. I think he's there somewhere. I like that. I like that. I watched future Super Bowl QB Kenny Pickett carve up the Ratbirds in 23. Legend. Was that? Wait a minute. That was us with us, right? Yeah. So he was with us, and then he went to Phil. What's he been now? Kenny Pickett was with us, had that journey. Then he went to Philadelphia. He won the Super Bowl there, right? And now he's a Brown. Look, nothing against Kenny Pickett. Nothing against him. Nothing against him at all. It's just funny to see what the Browns are doing. I don't know what they're doing. All I know is I think this team can. That's quite weird. All right, someone's going to tell me who this is. I just went to the internet, and I need to know. So the Steelers just put this out on their Twitter, but there's someone this like an inside joke or something? Who is this? Who's this? Is that like an inside joke? Is that guy an actor or something? They just wrote that 2 hours ago. Good night, Steeler Nation. Is he like? Is that Superman or something? Is that who it is? Is that what it is? Okay. It is Superman? Okay, there you go. Well, there you go. Superman's a fan. He's a big fan. I've not seen it. I haven't watched the movie since. I really haven't been in the cinemas. I don't think since I saw Superbad, to be honest. I don't watch movies in cinemas. I just watch them like I watch South Park. But right now, South Park is going through a conflict with Paramount because Paramount are trying to cancel some of the episodes. So yeah, yeah, Paramount is not featuring South Park. I don't know. There's something going on because now I went to go watch South Park the other day, and my mate said to me they're not on there. They're taking away all the episodes for the moment. So I don't know what's happening. Oh, oh yeah, news update. So the little puppy we were fostering, which was Cody, he found his forever home. So he found his forever home 2 weeks ago. 2 weeks ago. So he's definitely got his home, and yeah, we took after him for a while. He was such full of energy too, full of so much energy. So he's got his home, about like 45 minutes from us somewhere. Yeah. So he's like 10 to 11 months of age too. Rob Lightfoot says Castro would be a nice surprise too if he could win the 4th spot. Yeah, I saw bits of him play. I was watching a game versus Iowa versus the Northern. I can't remember the purple team called Northern something. I can't remember the Northern Wildcats or something. I saw him play spurts of it too. So I wouldn't mind going back and watching more Iowa football just to see him play because he was playing with YA Black and playing with Caleb Johnson on the offense too. So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun to watch everyone, man. Randy says, what intel do you guys have on the receiver Ben Skowronek? He showed us a devastating dunk in Malibu. I forgot about that. Aaron Rodgers took out most of the receivers to Malibu to work out and get ready. So remember last year when quarterback Wilson was taking the offensive line out for dinner, paying for the dinner, something very similar. Rodgers took all the receivers out there. I think Frymouth and guys like that. My you know what is my intel on Skowronek? He should be receiver number 4, I think, and he should be the gunner. I think he's going to be the gunner. He hits hard. He plays hard. He was doing really well in that Raven game with 2 or 3 catches until he got injured. He had a bit of spark for our team too when he was catching those footballs. I think he can play. I think he's a football player, man. He likes to block, he likes to get dirty. So I think Skowronek, cool name. I think Skowronek, if he's healthy to go, he'll be receiver number 4. Around that, I think he's going to be a guy that can be like a small role player for our team. Those are the guys you forget about. Those are the guys in our team that have the impact where fans of the NFL don't know who it is. Like just like me, I couldn't tell you the 4th string receiver for the Arizona Cardinals or for the 4th string guy for the Tennessee Titans who has an impact, right? Early. Yeah, I know. Paramount has no integrity. Yeah, something's happening. They're going back and forth with conflict and shit like that. Yeah. Yeah, he had a few people around, a few receivers around him. I think even like Calvin Austin. I think even like Roman Wilson was there. It was about 15 or 14 guys there that went down to Malibu with me too. G'day, Afton. What's going on? Definitely did. Let's have a look at that. I'm intrigued now. I think because when I was in Pittsburgh watching that game with Bubba, with the crew, with everyone there, with the Steel Nation Australia crew and also Steelers Dynasty podcast crew, I think he was going off. I think in that Raven game he had a go. He had he had tackles too last year for us because he was playing the gunner position as well. But then he got injured. So for the Steelers in 2024, only 5 catches but 69 yards. Here's why it felt big. 5 catches but 4 first downs. That's a small little role in this team. 5 catches, 4 first downs. That's pretty good, right? And I don't know if he ran one. And then I don't know about the playoffs because the playoffs he had, but defense he had 7 tackles. 7 tackles on defense. And there was a time too that Skowronek went down. I swear one of the players fumbled the ball or something like that. Something happened there as well. I wonder if I can bring up, playoffs. Did he not have a reception in the verse? I thought he did. Maybe that's wrong. I thought he had a reception versus the Ravens, but maybe it was a flag. I thought he had something going on. I don't know if he did the bonehead thing. That might be someone else you're thinking of. I think you're thinking of the other guy. The other guy put his feet out. There was one guy on the I can't remember his name. What was the guy's name? It wasn't Skoronik. It was the other bloke. Um, Started with a G. You guys know who it is. Yeah. They're fighting over streaming rights, something like that. They've only made two. Yeah, exactly right. They're fighting over something. G'day, Corey Davis. What's going on from Melbourne? G'day, William. What's going on, William? Oh yeah, Oshesky. That's right. Yeah, he was the bloke. He was the bloke that put his feet out of bounds. No, I think Skoronik was the guy that he forced a fumble on teams. But Oshesky was the other dude. Was like, oh boy, how did he keep his job? Pretty much. William says, are they going to get another receiver or another safety or receiver? I don't know. I'm okay with it if they do. I'm okay with the Steelers now, but they're probably. I think what Omar Khan's doing is going into camp first and to figure out maybe what they need. But there's a possibility that Omar Khan, anything right now, anything can happen. They could easily go out and get another safety or another, it could be a trade or something like that. Omar Khan has been making moves for the last 3 years and moved this team the way that he wants it to be set up, even in terms of contracts. But yes, they could go and get a safety to back up or to possibly be the starter. But it looks like now that Juan Thornhill is going to be the guy to start, and we just got to wait and see from training camp. We're going to wait and see from the preseason football how it goes, right? He did start. The Juan Thornhill started back with the Chiefs a couple of years ago when he won the Super Bowl. So he's got experience. I don't think he has to be knocked down because he can't play. I think we'll just miss the idea of Minka, to be honest. And receiver, we just talked about that Calvin Austin, those blokes there. I think they'll find a role. And once we come into, preseason football and we see Roman Wilson do some good things, then we maybe won't worry about receiver 2 that much. But I've got all faith in the organization. I'm not going to piss on them and say, oh, they can't do anything because they ain't got receiver 2. We'll figure it out. I think we figure it out, to be honest. I like all the moves so far. I like all the moves in the draft. I like all the D-line moves, all that kind of stuff. Yeah, it's true. The new uniforms are. And these are the ones. I'm a fan of them too. I'm all good with it. It's a throwback to 1933 when they first used them. So, all right, who are we doing? Oh my goodness! All right, guys, let's do one more. I can't believe we've had 20 people in here the whole time. That's crazy. Let's do one more ray gun reset, and we'll do some questions, and then we'll get out of here. All right.
I'm speaking. Can you hear me? Can you ask me a question?
Yes.
All right, I have an idea. Check the chat. What should we do? Questions or wheel? Which one? Who are we? I think you guys want to do wheel. Yeah, it could be an idea too, Mike. Yeah, it could be an idea. Yeah, it could be Blackman. All right, I'll get it set up. I'm just not too sure what question we should ask the wheel. If that makes any sense. What do we? I haven't done it for ages, man. I think that video series burnt me out. It fucking burnt me out. I don't know what to ask it. Oh no, we did it last time. Was the draft. All right, what do you want me to ask it? Corey's as well. TD's as well. Yeah, good question. What do you think? Do you think the Titans are going to try and get a QB for someone since Will Levis is out for the season? I think yes. There's been some speculation now that the Cleveland Browns will trade someone to the Titans because they have 5. They have like 5 quarterbacks. Thank you, McElduke. Yes. Mike says, do we get a free agent vet tackle? I guess anything to improve that position. But to be honest, I think that we could be okay. I like the starting 5. The guys behind there, this is the tricky part because the Steelers have to go into the season. Not have to. They will go in the season with 9 offensive linemen. So starting 5 will be the ones you guys know about. Broderick to Faitanu. I think the other guy that will get a job. Well, I guess they've got Dylan Cook, but I don't know if he played too much last year. These are the guys that have always been on the back burner or the depth chart, like Spencer Anderson. I think he filled in a bit. Ryan McCollum, I think he came back to be a backup center. So this is probably like where the Steelers maybe have trust in those five, and then depending who the other four are going to be. I don't know. It's a good question. They could go and get someone because if something does happen to Bartani, knock on wood, or the other bloke Jones, then yeah, they're going to be a starter for the next year, right? There we go. KP8 will be a Titan. Yeah, they may trade him over there. I could see that. I could see Cleveland Browns don't need him to be there. They've got the other guy. Wait a minute. Wait. So they've got they got Flacco. The Browns have Flacco, Kenny Pickett, Sanders, Gabriel, right? And fucking Deshaun Watson. Yeah, they're trading one of them for sure. Who do the Titans have? No one. So if the Titans lost, if they lost Will. Oh fuck! Oh, wait a minute. Wait. Didn't the Titans fucking draft for the quarterback, didn't they? I can't keep up. Or am I wrong? Where's Will Levis? Did he like play somewhere else? Oh, I don't even know. Well, they got Ward. They got the first number one overall pick. Yeah, right. Okay, so Will Levis goes into surgery. Season-ending shoulder surgery for the Titans. I guess, yeah, maybe Kenny Pickett will go there to back up behind Ward. Yeah, okay. Cam Ward. There you go. There you go. Yeah, they've got Browns are playing 4D chess, like getting 5 QBs. Oh, that's a good question too. Hang on. I like this one, but I'm going to come back to it. Calf says, do you think Cameron Head will retire still? I want to get his jersey. I think he will. Definitely. I think he'll play this year and next year, then maybe call it. And wouldn't it be great to see him to be a Steeler, black and gold, one hat team, throughout the whole thing, and then that's it, right? Man, these questions are great. Maybe we won't do the wheel. Yeah, today we'll just do questions. Questions are great. Corey from Melbourne says, if you could interview any current Steelers player at camp, who would it be and why? That's tough. If I could interview any current Steelers player, well, you know what? I'm thinking. I reckon if I could do it for the channel, to be honest, I think if I could do it for the channel, I think one of the most interesting ones, if I were to do an interview and he came on the podcast, or if I had a microphone, floating around camp, I'm thinking Troy Fautanu. And the reason being is I do like the idea of offensive line. Like, it's always been my weakest area in terms of football and studying it and that kind of stuff and being a fan. I would like to know his story. I would like to know how Troy Fautanu fits into the offense. I want to know how he gets along with the fellas, because it's almost like a brotherhood. That offensive line, those 5 guys together, we saw it with Big Ben and his offensive line throughout the years was always together, eating food together. They were mates, right? I would probably interview, to be honest, out of everyone, I would interview Troy Fautanu because 1, he's coming back from injury. 2, to find out what it feels like to be a Steeler. And 3, what's it like to play that position? I feel like I could get very cluey and I can ask good questions, and it'll be a really good interview, good in-depth interview with my, interest level in trying to figure out how to be a right tackle. What does it mean to be a right tackle, right? All that kind of stuff. It was super fun when I interviewed Merrill Hodge and he was talking about running backs, and he talked about Craig Wolfley and I can't think of the top of my head. Tunch Ilkin as well. And that was always intriguing, his stories behind that. So imagine interviewing a right tackle that's playing in the NFL, coming out of injury. There's a lot of pressure on him to succeed. And also, what does it feel like to be a Steeler? So I think, hopefully I answer your question well enough, but I'd say, yeah, I think Troy Fautanu, his story and position is interesting, if that makes any sense. Hooly dooly. Um, Jeddah says 4,600%. I think I've tried one time. You know what? I haven't tried as hard as I did when I got Brian McFadden on, and when I had on Merrill Hodge. I was trying really hard to get players on. I definitely was. Oh, good question. A good answer. I'd interview Holcomb. That'd be good story too. Yeah, that was so much fun when I had him on, dude. That was so much fun. Such a good time. TD says one-on-one with A-Rod would be good. I feel like I probably couldn't do that because I bagged him out so much. You know, I've got to like backtrack on my words, but I did bag him out a lot. I really did. And then Mike says TJ Watt for me. That'd be fun too. Alrighty, Still Nation. Any other questions? And I want to say a big thank you to you guys too, because sometimes when I come on here, I'm like, what am I going to talk about? What am I going to talk about? And then what keeps me going is the questions, the engagement, the interaction. If you can make me laugh, fuck yeah, make me laugh. If you can type something in, I'm like, what the fuck is that? If you can make me laugh, let's go. Definitely keeps everything going good. Hey Mark, remember we said this about me? Not too sure. What is it? You have to remind me. Yeah, thanks, Afton. But yeah, if you make me laugh and do whatever, we can talk football, it'll be good. But it's been a great show. And now tomorrow we'll get ready for sorry, checking the time. There you go. Oh, I meant interviewing Aaron. It'd be a good interview. I just think, to me, if I did it, I've already bagged him out too much, to be honest. Ooh, last question. Too many DL. I think, to be honest, you know what? I get a feeling that, no offense to Loudermilk, but I get a feeling he might be cut. Because the other bloke's there, right? Okay, I think it's going to be Derek. There'll be 6. I think there'll be 6. Derek Harmon, Keanu Benton, Cameron Hayward. YA Black, I think he's 4. Right? Is that 4? 4. And then I feel like that Daniel dude, the Equale from the Patriots, 5. Then who you got? Is it? Well, then that's like 3 nose tackles though. I don't know. Maybe it's 2 nose tackles and it's like 4 defensive ends or 7. It's gonna be tough, man. I don't know. That's tough. Because it wasn't like Logan Lee from Iowa too. Wasn't he injured last year as well? You know what I'm saying? Alrighty. Yeah, that bloke too. Yeah, that guy. Wait. Yeah, another guy too. That bloke there as well. Alrighty. So let's get out of here. Thanks, everyone. It's going to be, to be honest, whoever is the top 53, I'm going for. But I think the D-line will be much better this year. Much better. Yeah, and I agree with Mike too. Milk and Liao in trouble because they brought in 2 other guys and maybe replace them. Dead set. But yeah, you guys back this channel, man. I appreciate it. There was 20 people in the chat, and that keeps me going. And I think that's going to be a good season, a good indicator for the season that we're going to have a lot of fun in terms of, you know, post-game stuff, live stuff, and, you know, training camp stuff coming around the corner. But we are just getting hyped up. I believe this team can win. They can win a playoff game. They can win something. And what a fucking ride it would be. What a fucking ride it would be if we have, like, we go on a ride to win the division 12-5, 13-4, something like that. And then our first team we verse is the Jaguars. I don't know. Or it's like a week 7 round or 6 round wildcard team. That'd be fun. All right, you guys are awesome. Thank you so much. I'll see you guys tomorrow with Steelers Dynasty podcast. Cheers to everyone out there with my little kangaroo mate. And I'm a big fan of the jersey. I'm okay with it. They're growing on me. The jerseys are growing on me for sure. Once we see Frymouth get a tutty, a TD, once we see Highsmith sack the quarterback or fumble and take it back for, you know, 6 points and we're beating Green Bay 31-24, we won't care. We'll be like, let's effing go. But this season's around the corner, man. I'm getting excited. Each and every podcast now. I in the off season, I was a bit like, oh, hey, what's going on? But I'm feeling pretty good. One more comment from Randy Wagner says, I'd feel most comfortable interviewing Cameron or Connor Haywood. Their high school was 3 miles from my house, and they have the heart for us fans. I 100% agree. And yeah, what a good interview that would be too, the Haywood brothers as well. I think we have a good team, man. I know we have supporters out there from other teams and this, or there's different other fans, different other NFL teams, but there is something pretty fun and special about this team, bro. There really is. They do, man, they'll rip your guts out, bro. They will rip your guts out. The big male kangaroos will rip your head right off if you fight them. There's been a lot of videos with kangaroos fighting people in Australia and kangaroos stealing people's dogs. Yeah, dead set, 100%. Kangaroo needs to be holding pizza too. Alrighty. Thanks, everyone. Thank you, Randy. Thank you, TD. Thanks, everyone. Let's get out of here. You guys are awesome. I got to find the video, and I'll see you guys tomorrow with the Steelers Dynasty podcast. I'll see you guys. Where is it? See yous.
I'll see you guys later.
Hey, Rod.
Got the light. Left the light on. See you later. Bye.